Hi everyone, my name is Melissa van Dijk and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make healthy skin-friendly meatballs. Now they can be made from a beef, lamb or pork mince or a mix. And they're super affordable, easy to make and seriously delicious with the right spices and herbs. And you can enjoy them on their own, as a side dish for lunch or dinner, or even just as a snack in front of the TV. But before you can make them, you need to know the ingredients. Now this is for 2 servings as a side dish or 1 serving without. So you need 250 grams of fresh minced meat, then 3 grams of fine rock salt. Why rock salt? Well, because sea salt often contains microplastics, which you definitely do not want to have in your food. Then 1 gram of organic chili powder, 1 gram of organic bell pepper powder and 1 gram of organic garlic. And I'm using dried flakes, but you can also use powder or even fresh garlic. And to cook the meatballs, I recommend using 10 to 15 grams of butter. Now before we get started, there are a few more important things you need to know, especially if you care about keeping your meatballs truly healthy. First off, always choose organic herbs and spices, because non-organic ones can have high levels of pesticides residues, and you definitely want to avoid that. For minced meat, ideally go for organic. Conventional is okay too, but if you're in the US, look for non-GMO labels. Freshly minced meat from a trusted butcher or supermarket is best. The fresher, the better. I also recommend using clean tools and cookware. Make sure your pan's coating isn't damaged, so harmful substances don't leach into your food. And stick to clean glass or ceramic bowls, they're non-reactive and safer. And lastly, watch the temperature. Stay between 100 and 130 degrees Celsius. Higher temperatures can create substances called H's, which are linked to skin aging, breakouts and bigger health issues. So keep it low and slow for best results. Alright, now that we've got the important tips covered to keep your meal healthy and safe, it's time to move on to the fun part, making the meatballs. And this is now where all those little tips are starting to come together to create something delicious. So let's get started. First, wash your hands properly. Clean hands means happy meatballs. Once you've done that, it's time to get started with the meat. I use about 125 grams of beef and 125 grams of pork mince. Place it on a paper towel first to absorb any excess moisture. Then transfer it into a bowl and add 3 grams of fine rock salt, 1 gram of organic chili powder, 1 gram of organic sweet bell pepper powder, and 1 gram of dried garlic flakes. Feel free to adjust the spices to your taste, but I personally think that this combination gives it a really nice balance. After that, mix everything together. You want the mixture to be soft, but firm enough to hold its shape. Next, measure out equal portions, about 35 to 40 grams each. Decide them to cook evenly and stay juicy. Finally, shape each portion into little balls. And once all your meatballs are ready, it's time to cook them. First, melt about 15 grams of butter in a clean pan. Then, heat the pan to 100 to 130 degrees Celsius. Medium heat, about 6 to 7 on a ceramic cooktop, about the same on induction, or a medium flame on gas. Use an infrared thermometer if you can. It's a great way to make sure the temperature stays perfect. Once the butter has reached the desired temperature, carefully place the meatballs in the pan. Next, cook them for a couple of minutes on each side, turning often to brown them evenly. And make sure to reduce the heat slightly if needed to avoid burning. You now have 2 options. Either transfer the meatballs to a preheated oven at around 130 degrees Celsius, top and bottom heat, and leave them there for 10 to 15 minutes. This keeps them extra juicy and it's also my favorite way. Or if you do not have an oven, that's not a problem. Just turn off the heat, remove it from the stove and then pop the lid on the pan and let the meatballs rest for 5 to 10 minutes. They'll still turn out amazing. And there you have it, your delicious, protein-packed and gut-friendly meatballs. You can pair them with a healthy yogurt dip and a glass of water or freshly brewed coffee or low-pin coffee as I do. And try to skip sugary soft drinks. They can undo all the goodness you just created. I really hope that you give these a try. They are simple, healthy and super delicious. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to give it a thumbs up, subscribe and share it with someone who loves meatballs too. And I'm about to enjoy mine in front of the TV watching the new season of Reacher. So I'll see you in the next one.